Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. We just passed 100 subs, and I even think 110. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and I can't wait to bring you guys more sports content in the future. Now, week 6 in college football is done, and there were a lot of crazy games. Let's break down these games and let's get through them and see which games I think were the craziest results of the weekend. On Wednesday, the first game of week 6 was UCF beating SMU 41-19 in a game that was rescheduled because of Hurricane Ian. And this was the game I did pick UCF to win, but they won by a lot more than expected. A very good win for UCF. On Friday night, I picked Nebraska to beat Rutgers, and they did win 14-13 at Rutgers. Good win for Mickey Joseph. Good win for Nebraska to finally win a one-score game. It's something they have not done in a long time. Houston beat Memphis 33-32, and I picked Memphis, and this was at Memphis. And Houston came all the way back and beat Memphis. And Houston was losing big, but they came back, and that's a really good win for Dana Holgorsen to get Houston back to 500 because they'd really been struggling. Colorado State beat Nevada 17-14, and San Jose State beat UNLV 40-7. Now on to Saturday, and some of the biggest results of the weekend. Alabama beat Texas A&M 24-20, and Alabama almost lost this game. Texas A&M had a shot at the end, but Alabama holds on. Their defense held Texas A&M to nothing on the final goal line stand, and Alabama got the win. But wow, they dropped obviously from number 1 in the AP poll, and it's going to be very interesting to see what they do in the future. Georgia beat Auburn 42-10, and now Georgia is the number 1 team. At Georgia, they play very well against Auburn. A lot of people are kind of saying that Georgia's been struggling a little bit, but they bounced back and they beat Auburn very, very, very well, and they beat them by a lot. Ohio State beat Michigan State 49-20. That's a great win there on the road. Michigan State's obviously not playing good this season, and Ohio State got a great win there. Michigan beat Indiana 31-10, and this game was at Indiana, and it was close until the fourth quarter, and Michigan finally poured it on. Some people are concerned with Michigan and saying that they're not playing as well, but I think Michigan's pretty good. I think they're just trying to find their way, and if they continue to play well, we're really going to know in this game against Penn State. But Michigan, good win over Indiana. Clemson beat Boston College 31-3. Same thing. Some people are concerned with Clemson, but Clemson, they did their job. They beat Boston College heavily. USC beat Washington State 30-14. USC is building confidence, and they're playing much better the farther you get along in the season. Good one over Washington State. Oklahoma State beat Texas Tech 41-31, a little bit closer than expected, but Oklahoma State did pull away. Tennessee won at LSU 40-13, and this was one of the biggest results of the weekend because this game wasn't even close, and Tennessee is looking more and more like they could challenge Alabama, and maybe if they can beat Alabama, make the college football playoff. They're playing fantastic, and Brian Kelly and LSU just could not get anything going. Ole Miss beat Vanderbilt 52-28. Ole Miss struggled against Vanderbilt early, but they did pull away late. Utah lost to UCLA 42-32. And UCLA, this was a great win for Chip Kelly. Utah, not maybe looking like the team they were last year. They're still a really good team, but they could not get the win in the Rose Bowl. Oregon beat Arizona 49-22. Good win for Oregon. They haven't beat Arizona at Arizona in like 10 years, so that's a great win there. South Carolina beat Kentucky 24-14. This game right here, Will Levis was out for Kentucky, and South Carolina took advantage of that. Kentucky did not play well in this game, and South Carolina got the win at Kentucky. NC State beat Florida State 19-17. Florida State almost won, but NC State came back at the end. It was a good win for NC State because, again, they're another team that a lot of people thought were going to be maybe better than they're playing so far, but they did get the win. Wake Forest 45, Army 10. Not even close. Army could not hang with Wake Forest. Notre Dame beat BYU 28-20. I picked Notre Dame to win. BYU is struggling a little bit, and that's a really good win for Notre Dame. Now they're back over 500, and maybe they're starting to look more like the team we thought they would coming into the Marcus Freeman era. TCU finally gave Kansas their first loss 38-31. This was a great game for the Horned Frogs. TCU's looking fantastic this season, and Kansas is still really good, but they just fell short. Kansas State 10, Iowa State 9. Kansas State and Iowa State, this was a slugfest, and Kansas State found a way to win, and it's always tough to do on the road. Arizona State 45, Washington 38. Washington's falling back to earth. Washington's defense is not playing well lately, obviously in their last 2 games, and it's kind of shocking because usually Washington's defense is better than it's been. The offense obviously put up 38, but a good win for Arizona State in the post-Herm Edwards era. Mississippi State 40, Arkansas 17. Arkansas is struggling in Mississippi State. Mike Leach has got them rolling. Will Rogers is rolling, and Arkansas is now 3-3, and they got a lot more questions than answers so far this season. Cincinnati 28, South Florida 24. Shocking result here. Cincinnati did win, but they struggled against South Florida. So hopefully for Cincinnati they can get it figured out. But South Florida, good job for hanging with Cincinnati. Now to the unranked teams. Florida beat Missouri 24-17, and obviously Missouri's had 3 games in a row where they could have won, but they just could not get it done. It's tough to win in the swamp, and Florida got it done. Texas beat Oklahoma 49-0 in the Red River rivalry. And this game right here, Texas just flatlined Oklahoma. Brent Venables, he has got Oklahoma, and not I'm saying it's all his fault, but they're in shambles right now. Their defense is terrible, and their offense is trying, but they don't have Dylan Gabriel anymore, and Davis Beville is not getting it done at backup quarterback. So their trying efforts are not coming to fruition. Their defense is all, and Texas got a great win now that Quinn Ewers is back. Good for Steve Sarkisian. Biggest win for Texas in the Red River rivalry in a long time, if not ever. Purdue beat Maryland 31-29. Good win for Purdue on the road. Maryland, obviously I picked Maryland to win, but Purdue got it done. Very good win there. Louisville 34, Virginia 17. That's a good win for Louisville to hopefully keep Scott Satterfield off the hot seat from him getting fired. Virginia is struggling with Tony Elliott. Eastern Michigan 45, Western Michigan 23. Buffalo 38, Bowling Green 7. Ohio 55, Akron 34. Georgia State 41, Georgia Southern 33. Liberty 42, Massachusetts 24. Wisconsin 42, Northwestern 7. I picked Wisconsin to win, but they won by a lot more than I thought they would. Jim Leonard, great win for him in his first game as head coach now that Paul Chryst is gone. And Northwestern, Pat Fitzgerald, that team is not doing good at all this season. Pitt 45, Virginia Tech 29. Good win for Pitt, who's been kind of struggling this season. Virginia Tech is struggling really, really bad. Tulane 24, ECU 9. Good win for Tulane. Navy 53, Tulsa 21. Ball State 17, Central Michigan 16. Toledo 52, Northern Illinois 32. Miami, Ohio 27. Kent State 24. UAB 41, Middle Tennessee State 14. Georgia Tech 23, Duke 20 in overtime. Good one for Georgia Tech. They've bounced back since Jeff Collins has been fired. UNC 27, Miami 24. Good win for Carolina. Carolina's playing pretty well this season, and Miami's been struggling. So Carolina definitely can win that side of the division this year in the ACC. UTSA 31, Western Kentucky 28. Good win for UTSA. Western Kentucky's one of the better group of 5 teams lately, but UTSA, and obviously UTSA was good last year, but good win for them. Utah State 34, Air Force 27. Good win there. Wyoming 27, New Mexico 14. James Madison 42, Arkansas State 20. James Madison still undefeated. Great win there. Texas State 36, Appalachian State 24. Appalachian State's fallen back to earth after beating Texas A&M. Troy 27, Southern Miss 10. UConn 33, FIU 12. UConn's much better now. They've been since they got a new coach, and they're playing a lot better. Louisiana Tech 41, UTEP 31. Illinois 9, Iowa 6. I picked Illinois, but this was a much lower scoring game than even I thought. I had it being a low scoring game, but man, this game had no offense. Illinois, good win there. Coastal Carolina 28, UL Monroe 21. Coastal Carolina still undefeated. Boise State 40, Fresno State 20. Good win for Boise State. San Diego State 16, Hawaii 14. Good win for San Diego State finally getting in the win column again. And Oregon State 28, Stanford 27. I picked Oregon State to win. They barely got it done over the Stanford Cardinal. So a lot of crazy results in college football in Week 6. Comment down below what you think about all these results and what were your biggest results of the weekend. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below, and I will see you next time.